Are here, the Iona Gales, ready to take on the La Tech Bulldogs. For Iona, their last win in the NIT was their only win back in 1983. La Tech, a winner last year on the road, lost in the second round to Southern Miss. We're underway tonight. The Bulldogs of their home whites will start with the basketball. There's our officials, Hal Lusk, John Campbell, and Jason Baker.
Look for these two teams to get up and down. You talked about offensively how good Iona is. Louisiana Tech is a team that likes to get up and down and turn you over.
Speedy Smith with the score.
Notice very early that Louisiana Tech is out in the passing lanes and doing some of that turning good defense into offense. Very early, Brent.
Speedy Smith averages nearly 3 steals a game and quickly turns that one into another basket and an early 5-0 lead.
And the defensive player of the year is playing extremely well.
Tim Cluess in his 4th season at Iona. They've been in the postseason all 4 years. The last 2 years in the NCAAs. In the last 2 years, they were the leading scoring team in the nation.
And he has been a winner, whether at the high school or collegiate level, everywhere that he has been. And he is excited for this group to be here after a couple of recent NCAA tournament appearances.
Shelton's miss, rebounded by A.J. English, so the Gales will look to run early. Again, averages more than 10 3-point makes. Again, some of the Bulldogs do develop some of those open looks. There's an open look in the paint and an easy basket from Trey Bowman.
Bowman doing a nice job exploding into the defense yesterday in practice. Coach Michael White was concerned about their ability to stay in front of the basketball. Mr. Anderson scored a career high earlier in the season and is now playing with a lot of confidence.
Michael White, you're looking at one of the outstanding young coaches in college basketball. Just his 3rd year. Last year he won 27 games. This year's team has won 27 games.
Well, his improvement is just sensational every year.
The Kaiser in the flush, and the Duncan Dogs are off to a 10-2 start here in Weston.
Brett, there are less than 90 teams still playing right now over.
Last year the WAC, but that step forward was being able to host a game, and they've got this place rocking early.
You have to remember they knocked off a very good Oklahoma team out of the Big 12. Also St. Bonaventure out of the A-10. So this is a team who has played and beat some teams.
A.J. English fouled on the drive. Speedy Smith picks up the personal. There's an inside look at the Iona Gales. Small enrollment, their 5th trip to the NIT and their 1st since 1997. The regular season champions. Easy basket from Isaiah Williams.
I like the fact that Iona's bringing the pressure right back, seeing if they can try to turn La Tech over as well.
And they do indeed. Trey Bowman to the rim, up and under and in. So 4 straight points by the Gales after the good beginning for La Tech. Another near turnover and a whistle right in front of Coach Cluess and the Iona bench. For La Tech, they've been around for quite some time. Their 8th trip to the NIT, their 2nd consecutive. Here in Ruston, Louisiana. Enjoyed Conference USA after a lot of travel in the WAC.
You can see Coach Cluess changing up defenses. We saw some pressure, man-to-man. Now they're in a 2-3 zone.
Couldn't get the tip to go. The tip would not fall, and then steps, I believe. Actually a foul. As David Lowry checks in, he got bumped and fouled, and it'll be Iona basketball.
Coach Cluess has always been a winner. 14 years as a head coach at St. Mary's High School. You mentioned having his team in the postseason every year since coming to Iona. He's done an outstanding job.
Shot on long, good hit for long range. We talk so much about Iona hitting over 300 three-pointers this year. Longtech could score as well. Alex Hamilton off the drive.
These two teams really wanting to get up and score points in a hurry.
We're talking about teams that both average more than 80 points a game. They're vying for almost 600 three-pointers this year, and it doesn't take A.J. English long to respond.
Spoke with A.J. English at the shoot-around this morning and asked him who he liked best, and he said, well, we want a chance to play Florida State. There's a lot of good teams in the NIT that could have made the NCAA tournament. He said, but guess what? We got to take business right here against La Tech first. Love that mindset and that mentality. Obviously, all-MAC first-teamer who's playing extremely well and had an outstanding year.
Damien, he's a sophomore. There's a lot of talented seniors on this court. He said it hurt. It made me ache to know that the seniors would be in the NCAA tournament. I want to make sure I do my part to make sure we can advance in the NIT. Chris Anderson scores in the paint again.
Chris Anderson, 6'6", 220 pounds. One of those mobile seniors for La Tech that you were talking about.
Good-looking stroke from A.J. English. The son of A.J. English II, played in the NBA for a couple of years.
He's been playing so well. Nearly 18 points and 4 assists per game and 4 rebounds over the last 20 games. So you can tell his contributions are one of the reasons why Iona's been so successful.
McNeil with another three. How about the points these two teams putting up before our first media timeout?
Type of basketball you love to see. Right now, these two teams, as expected, running and gunning. You want threes? We got it. You want athleticism and elevation? We got it. You think these teams are excited to be here? Look at Kaiser. Yes, sir. They are.
There's an Iona 5 of 6 from the field.
Well, shooting cures a lot of ills, and we talked about how efficient these two teams were offensively and how they like to get up and down.
Raheem Appleby into the game. Doesn't take him long to get a shot up.
What's impressive about La Tech is their ability to still win the Conference USA Championship with Appleby going down with that ankle injury earlier in the season.
Lowry couldn't hit. The rebound to Michael Kaiser. Yeah, they lost him for almost 50 days. McNeil in rhythm again. With the rebound grabbed by Armand.
Beautiful.
A selfish give to Isaiah Williams from Armand.
Well, he's known for his ability to knock down the three-point shot and shows good vision there as well and unselfishness.
McNeil going for a third. 20 points in the first 5.5 minutes for the Bulldogs. English with a good stroke early. He's up to 7 quick points.
Nice unselfishness being displayed by both teams right now. You can see Louisiana Tech, 6 assists on 8 of their made baskets.
Something they do extremely well for that man Smith, but as he tried to take it to the rim, Lowry had different ideas.
So many times when you get to this type of situation in postseason, you've got individuals that do what coaches used to call go out on top of the hill, meaning they want the postseason to be all about them. They're concerned about accolades. They're playing at the next level. You see none of that in this basketball game today. Both of these teams are playing for those seniors and playing for one another.
Anderson, a smooth drive to the rim. And in fact, Damien, both coaches used the term unselfish to describe their teams today during shoot-around.
Love their teams and the character on both sides.
Shot on after a slow start. So the Bulldogs with the basketball leading by 7. And they turn Smith over. Numbers are there for the Gales. And Isaiah Williams fouled on the way to the basket. Let's look back on how the Iona Gales got to this point. 22 wins on the year. They lost to the Manhattan Jaspers in the conference tourney final. They beat them at home by 12. They lost on the road in overtime. The rubber match win to Manhattan. But you see 5 players averaging in double figures, and the numbers are really impressive. Anyway, you can slice it for Iona.
Well, you know, Coach Klus has done such a tremendous job. We talked about it earlier, and the tough loss to Manhattan. How about their upcoming game against the Louisville Cardinals? When we talked about offensive and defensive efficiency, Louisville's in the top 10, but I think just an overall incredible representative of the MAC conference, and I think Iona is a testament to the other 13 teams that have won their league in the NIT, as they're excited about the reward of their overall conference play and glad to be here.
Isaiah Williams with a couple of free throw makes on the other end. Cordarius Johnson turns it over. There's Armand, long range, but he's been unable to get on track tonight. Steve Appleby with the easy win on the other end. English was fouled by Appleby. Appleby going for another steal, trying to turn over the Gales yet again, something they do with regularity in this building. One of the reasons why they're 27-1 here over the last couple of years.
Well, when speaking with Coach White at practice yesterday, he said, you know, we usually turn teams over here, but we're concerned when it comes to Iona. They only average 10 turnovers a game, and they have 4 guards who take care of the basketball so well. Iona's done a good job of taking care of it today.
Lowry couldn't hit, and Anderson rebounds the miss. Lowry another rebound. One pass, and a lay-in on the other end from Isaiah Williams. He scored quickly, 8 points.
That was an NBA-ish type of fast break. What they teach you when you get to the next level is that the pass is faster than the dribble. Iona just displayed it right there in your living room.
McNeil can't hit. Who's the ball off of? La Tech ball. We looked at how Iona got here. Let's check in with Louisiana Tech. 27 wins, the exact same record they had at this point last year. Last year they won the WAC. This year they win CUSA, but a tough loss to Tulsa in the conference tournament game. They had to play 3 games in 39 hours in El Paso before they lost to Tulsa.
Yeah, that's difficult to play the late game 2 nights in a row and then have to play a 9:30 tip versus Tulsa, but you have to give them credit. Tulsa and Danny Manning were ready to play, and they just came up short. But Michael White, the coach of La Tech, is excited to actually host the tournament this year, and it feels like that's a step in the right direction for La Tech.
Bump in traffic there by Isaiah Williams. Not a lot of fouls early. These teams have been going up and down, just as the storyline we predicted. A lot of points with La Tech up by 5, and Coach Klus trying to find a way to steal a win here on the road. Tavon Sledge checked in, picked up a quick personal foul.
Tavon Sledge actually earned his start early in the season at Northern Iowa, had a season high of 10 points versus Niagara. Good strength and size, even though he's smaller in stature.
Lowry's been big on the boards. He's going to bring the ball up himself. Swatted away from behind by Hamilton. We're going to step aside. A lot of points.
Out in practice yesterday, getting back at defensive transition, stopping the basketball, which would lead to good offense.
Williams and English off to a good start for Iona. Armand trying to get on track. He drives to the rim. No contact. There was some contact. No foul. English. And the rebound ends up in the hands of Jaron Johnson.
Right now, if you're Iona, you have to kind of pick and choose when to attack the rim and when to settle from that 3-point line. And I'm sure that's what Coach Klus is talking to his team about right now. They've done a good job early in this basketball game when they played it from the inside out. And that's what you have to do against a team that's stifling on the defensive end like La Tech.
Damien on the other end, La Tech has shot the ball 20 times already in 8.5 minutes.
Well, they're getting extra possessions both by the offensive rebound and by getting out of the fast break.
Hamilton, the left-hander, drives from his strong side and lays it in.
Nice penetration that time by Alex Hamilton, third team All-Conference USA.
A.J. English trying to keep Iona close. He scored 9.
English, 6'4", 190-pound sophomore, is really doing a good job of keeping his team on his back.
Well, the 2014 NCAA Women's Basketball Championship tips off Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern on ESPN2. Catch every moment of the tournament on the ESPN family of networks and find information on every championship at ncaa.com, the home of all 89 championships. Fun time of the year, isn't it?
Huh. The funnest time of the year, the most fun time of the year. If you're playing right now, if you're calling games, you gotta love it. There's a lot of people sitting at home, and these two teams exemplify what you want to see this time of the year.
Chris Anderson, triple team. Before he could get that shot off, he drew the foul.
If there's a weakness for this Iona team, or an Achilles heel, it's their interior. Don't have a lot of size. That's what you see La Tech trying to expose right now, trying to get those paint touches and get into the rim.
All the strengths for Iona this year. They're a team that's out-rebounded on average every night, so trying to contend with a very active La Tech team. You expected balanced scoring. We've seen that tonight, but Anderson's had a big game. Can't finish there. And Lowry's been big on the boards, but he turns the ball over. Speedy Smith steals it again. English with the teardrop, left it short. Lowry can't finish, but he'll have free throws.
La Tech is a team that imposes their will on you. When you see this here, active hands, active feet, so many of these guys, you see, of course, Smith getting out into the passing lane. These guys are unselfish at all times. Hamilton, Smith, they're working together just like a unit, and they remind you of styles that you see across the country, like Arkansas, who's in the NIT, like your VCUs, like Rick Pitino in Louisville, like Billy Donovan in the Florida Gators, to where they're going to keep defensive and offensive pressure on you for 40 minutes of play.
There's no give. They just keep coming at you in waves. David Lowry, the junior, since coming off the bench, has averaged over 15 a game to score his first point tonight. There's a man who's been to the free throw line 229 times this year, so it's a familiar place.
Well, averaging 9 rebounds per game over that same 16-game stretch that he's been coming off of the bench. A true form of inside presence and big body at 6'9", 255 pounds.
Backcourt pressure, but no turnover. It remains Bulldogs basketball.
You know, Coach Michael White talked about it yesterday, that they were going to give a little bit on their defensive pressure because of the threat for Iona defensively, offensively knocking down threes. But the mindset has been reversed. Iona is actually coming out as the aggressor and wanting to try to create offense off of the turnovers from La Tech.
Something we were going to watch tonight to see if the Bulldogs did things a little bit differently compared to what they normally try to do.
You see McNeil, 217th career three-point shot.
Anderson off the side of the window, rebounds his own miss.
Anderson looks to be hurt a little bit, trying to shake it off.
In an official's timeout, as Anderson will be attended to.
It's like Hal Lusk is wanting to make sure that Anderson is okay.
Anderson, one of the 4 seniors on this La Tech team for Coach Michael White, and this is 3rd year here in Ruston. Anderson got poked in the eye, so he'll take a quick seat. He's provided 7 early points.
Well, you can see Anderson exerting a lot of effort, going after the loose ball. Saves the possession for his team.
Smith rebounds the miss.
Smith, such a general on the floor, kind of like a quarterback in football, knows exactly where it needs to be.
Coach Wright called him the most unselfish player in the country. Fans wanted to walk, but the Gales maintained possession. Sledge rebound. Tough beginning for Sean Armand, who averages nearly 18 points a game.
Well, he's struggling. He can try to get to the rim.
The alley went too far. Kaiser can't get it. And the follow from Johnson. Bulldogs putting on a show.
Yeah, both of these teams really going at it, but you can tell this crowd giving the Bulldogs a lot of energy right now as you see Sledge again taking it to the rim.
Damian, he's a player that doesn't score a lot, but last year he had 20 against Ohio State. Michael Kaiser again! Throw it up and let him go get it.
Yeah, Coach Klus is going to have to contemplate whether he continues to try to keep that pressure. Bulldogs just going through it right now.
And it's the speed by which they get down the floor that's so impressive. And there's a long-range hit from Alex A.J. English. Will stay La Tech ball after the media timeout.
These two teams won't quit. We discussed in practice yesterday. La Tech is going to try to make Iona beat them off of the bounce and attack the rim.
If you told Coach Klus at the 7:54 mark in the first half, Sean Armand would be scoreless and he would only be down 4 points, he might just take it. That's Cordelius Johnson. One of the seniors on this team. Oh, but in the pop downs. The putback try was swatted away. A lot of contact. And Johnson, third time was a charm for the Bulldogs.
Well, if you want to win basketball games, Louisiana Tech just showed you how you do it. Nice persistency and tenacity showed on the glass.
Henderson has 12 quick points. Being able to hit from long range there. The rebound to Johnson. Here come the Bulldogs. Lightning quick down the floor. And what is scored? A chance for three. Damian, in a blink of an eye, they're from one end to the other.
Well, they display how important it is to continue to get down offensively, score quickly, but they also show how tenacious you have to be on the offensive glass. You see 1, 2, 3 attempts, and then you see how quickly that you get down on the floor. And right now, La Tech just doing a tremendous job of really getting out. Ron Johnson obviously at the free throw line with the finish and an opportunity now to complete the old play, or the three-point play the old-fashioned way.
Brighton Hines in the game. He can't get the rebound, but the ball remains in Iona's possession.
Well, it's going to be a game of runs. Obviously, when you play the style that La Tech plays, you're going to get up and down. So you mentioned it earlier for Coach Klus and Iona. They come forward, take it one possession at a time.
How about the night from A.J. English?
Well, he's playing outstanding basketball. Obviously, posted a second double-double of the season with 21 points and 13 assists. But he is a guy who can score in flurries, and right now he's quite frankly keeping his team in the basketball game.
Of course, the point guard says whoever has it going that night, we're going to find him tonight. It's him. He's the one who has it going. Bulldogs one of their last 7 from long range. And from NBA range from Speedy Smith.
Smith, a 38% three-point shooter. The young man is showing you that he's excited to play right now.
Mike Poole with the basket, did a chance for 3. The Rutgers grad who came to Iona for this his final year in the scorebook tonight.
Mike Poole doing a good job of moving without the basketball. You can see 1, 2, 3 defenders of La Tech, and as a result, Mike Poole able to slash out of Queens, New York, 6'6", 200 pounds, the senior guard forward, playing good basketball.
Smith only averages 7.5 a game already, scored 8. Normally the distributor, but a lot of it have been involved tonight for the Bulldogs. Johnson jackknife in the paint. He went down hard and helped out by the Gale.
For young players that are watching at home, you've seen multiple plays in this basketball game. One of the ingredients of being a good basketball player, which is moving without the basketball. I think it's a lost art in college basketball. So many guys are what I call watchers. If the basketball is not in their hand, they're inefficient.
Damien, we've looked at the Florida State Regional here in the NIT, but SMU, they'll face UC Irvine, and then, of course, another Louisiana team on the road playing at San Francisco tonight.
Yeah, well, when I look at that bracket, the teams that stand out, obviously SMU, the team that was in the top 25, just had a tough ending towards the end of the season. I really think that their team, their favorite to win this NIT tournament. Also, though, you look at Arkansas, who played extremely well at home last night at Bud Walton Arena, who actually knocked off SMU earlier in the season. But I foresee them two teams playing against each other.
Chris St. John's went down last night at home, one of those #1 seeds. English has been the man left alone, and he has made the Bulldogs pay 17 first-half points from A.J. English.
The young man had a smile on his face. He's having fun out here tonight.
Appleby was contested near the rim, and the Gales now, one of the few times today, can run. Armand is yet to score. That one won't fall. And a foul on English, going for the rebound.
Well, a lot of people who saw that last shot by Armand may say that's a tough shot. It's the first side of the floor. It's a quick shot, but when you scored almost 1,700 points, you have the freedom and the green light to take that shot. I like it. A good look, just went in and out.
Damien, Coach Klus told us last night and today he wants to make sure every player on this team plays with the necessary energy so that young man's career doesn't end today. Do you think Armand is feeling some of that pressure, not wanting to make this his last game, wanting to win?
I think he's having an off night right now. And as a shooter, when you're struggling from the field, you've got to try to get to the basket.
How about that open path to the rim from Mike Poole? So for a team that plays such aggressive defense, they just lost Poole, and that led to an easy flush.
Well, we talked about a good job of defensive transition. This is a bad job. Miscommunication that time by La Tech. You can see here Anderson pointing fingers, but no one in front of Mike Poole to stop the ball, and a nice read by him and exploding to the basket to actually bring Iona within 3 points.
Where the sea just parted in that defense. That was a wide open freeway to the rim.
Well, I give a lot of credit to Iona. You can see why they're a team that's been successful this year. A lot of teams, we mentioned 27-1 that La Tech have come and folded in this arena. But Iona, even though they've been down, they have never been out and continue to play good basketball.
Continuing on with the brackets, the Minnesota Regional, the Golden Gophers won last night. They had a test, though, against 8th-seeded High Point. They'll face another Gales team, St. Mary's. It was really much closer than that 12-point win would indicate. They were trailing for most of the contest.
Well,